Hello, and thank you for joining today's webinar. Today we're going to be looking at how, as a teacher, how we will build a Moodle course. So we're going to be starting from scratch, really. And the idea of these webinars is to hopefully develop your learning of Moodle and understanding of Moodle, so you can use Moodle to its full capacity within school. So we'll be looking at how we build a Moodle course today. So what is a Moodle course? A Moodle course is where a teacher would upload their learning resources and create activities such as homework or quizzes and make them available to their students. Moodle courses can appear and look different compared to other courses on the same Moodle site, depending on what course settings have been enabled and configured. There are a range of blocks available in Moodle which you can utilize within your Moodle course. So we'll be looking at how we can use different blocks in our Moodle course to aid online learning and improve communication with our students. And we'll also look at how we would change the course view using different course formats, such as the grid format and the topics format. And when obviously using a Moodle course, the first thing to remember is to turn editing on in order to make any changes as a teacher. So that's why the last bullet point is there. Okay, just to give you a summary of what I'll be demonstrating today, I'll be going through starting off with a very basic course. So it'll be a blank course I'll be using today, and building that and adding various things as we go along. So we're going through the common course settings, and we'll have a look at how we should, as a good practice, add a course introduction at the very top of our course. I'll show you how to edit your course settings to edit the number of sections, editing section titles and things like that. And we'll also look at adding and removing a few blocks within our course. And finally, I'll show you how to upload your files and lesson material into Moodle, and how to organize your files so that your courses are engaging and easy to use, user-friendly, and they feel welcome. Well, they're welcoming, basically. So yeah, without further ado, what I'll do is I'll close this slideshow down, and then we'll go into our demo site here. So this is our Moodle demo site. This is what we use to demonstrate Moodle, and it's a highly customized Moodle website, so it looks very different compared to your standard Moodle. And we're logged in as a teacher here, and at the very top we have a menu called My Courses, which you should also have as well. And in here we have a geography demo course which has been created for today. So this course is a blank course, and it's currently using the topics format. This is why we've got topics listed on top of each other. So this is what the topics format looks like as standard. These green buttons that you see across the topics are built into this Moodle theme. So they're designed to for teachers to quickly add resources such as quizzes and activities, and that's just, yeah, these are just part of the theme. But what we need to do first of all, the first step of building a Moodle course, is to do a bit of research and think about how many topics or sections you want within your course, how you want to lay it out to your students. So if it's going to be 3 sections, then the first thing we need to do is edit the course and change the number of sections to 3, because currently we have 10 sections on this course. And we also need to look at which course format we want to use as well. So this is a topics format, but if it's going to be your course is going to have lots and lots of content, then it's probably worthwhile to have a better course format such as a grid format, which essentially reduces the page scroll depending on the content that you add there. So if I click on edit settings here, so it's in the administration block, I clicked on edit settings, and here I can edit the course name, the course short name. The purpose of the short name is is for the navigation bar here, so that's why that's there. And if we scroll down a bit, we can see there's a description box, so it's good practice to also have a course description. This is to allow the student, well, to show the students what the course is all about, what they'll find in this course. And if we look down here, we have a heading called course format, and in here we have the topics format currently selected. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change this format to grid format, because it's the one that I want to use in this particular course. So here we have the option for grid format, and I'm also going to change the number of sections to 3, because I want to start off with 3 sections. I can always come back to this page and increase the number of sections to a bigger number in future, but I want to start off with 3 sections. So my sections are going to be lesson resources, homework activities, and revision help. So they're the 3 sections that I'm going to start off with within my course. So there's lots of different settings here. We don't need to worry about these too much. So if I do save and return now, I'll take me back to the Moodle course. So we're back to the general geography course that we've got here, and the first thing I want to do before I start anything else is turn editing on, and that allows me to edit my my course. So you can see now we've got 3 sections, and those sections are laid out in a grid grid format. So here we have section 1, 2, and 3, and we add our content just below. So these 3 areas here are the content areas of where we would upload our files. Okay, so what we can do here is, first of all, at the very top we have a little cog under the general heading. So it's a good idea to change that general heading and make it a bit more welcoming. So I would change that to something like welcome to geography, or welcome to Mr. Hussein's course, or something like that, something a bit more welcoming, and save changes there. So you can see that's changed at the top there. What we can also do is add like an introductory paragraph of text of what the students will find in this course, and maybe even a picture or pictures of the teachers who teach in this course. Okay, so to do that, what we do is add a label. So we can click on this plus button here. So on your Moodle site, you'll probably have something like add an activity or resource. I've got this plus button here, and here I can choose to add a label, which you should also be able to do, as it's a standard feature. And if I click on add, I can now type in my text in here. So I've got some text that I've made before. I can use here. If I can find where I put it. So here we go. So I've got some text here. So I'm just going to copy this paragraph and paste it in here, and underneath the paragraph of text I'm going to insert an image of the teacher who teaches this course. So the toolbar at the top here allows you to insert an image using this little icon on the end here, and I can click on browse repositories and then choose upload a file and choose my file from my computer. So I'm just going to go into my Moodle documents, and I have a file called teacher.jpg here, and I'm just going to upload this very quickly, and you can see a preview of it just underneath. And I think it's a bit too big, so I might just resize that to maybe half the size of its original size. I've got auto size enabled as well, so if I click away, it'll automatically resize the height of the image as well. And you can add a description in here of the image. If you don't add a description, then you have to click on this tick box here and click on save image. So now we have a paragraph of text, and we also have a photo of the teacher who teaches the course. So now I can do save and return to course. Okay, so here we have our Moodle course as it currently stands. So we've got a nice little welcome at the top, welcome title. We've got a paragraph of text and a picture of the teacher. And now we can plan our sections. So we can rename our section titles from section 1 to lesson resources. So to do that, again, we need to turn editing on. And then if I scroll down a little bit, I should be able to change the section title by clicking on the cog underneath it. So and then what we do here is in order to enter our text into section name, we must untick this box next to it. And so here my title will be lesson resources. So all of my lesson resources will be made available in this section. And then I'm also going to change the section 2 title to homework activities. So all of my homework activities will be in one section. And the good thing about this is that my students will instantly know where all their homework is when they navigate to their Moodle. So I'm just going to save that. And then the final section is going to be called revision help. So there'll be lots of links to websites and things like that in this particular section to help my students with their revision. So in revision help, I can also put past papers in there, that kind of thing, just anything that would help with the revision. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is add images. Because we're using the grid format, it's a good idea to add an image within these sections here. I can turn editing off and show you the course as a student would see it. So they would see it currently, so they see a welcome heading at the top, a paragraph of text, or introducing the course to them. And then these sections here, when they click on the section, they will then see the content, but obviously we don't have any content just yet. Okay, but we do need to add some images in here just to make it a bit more engaging and user-friendly. So I've just turned editing on again, and I'm going to click on change image under lesson resources, and then I'm going to drag and drop my file into this little window here. So you can upload a file just by dragging and dropping into that little window there. So I've got some files here. So lesson resources. I've actually prepared some graphics using some photo editing software, but you can add any type of image that's appropriate. So I've added a little graphic there called lesson resources, and I'm going to do the same thing for homework activities as well. So choose a file or just drag and drop your file in here. So I'm just going to drag and drop into there. It's been uploaded, and if I click on Save Changes, it will add that file into the section tile for me. And then the final one will go into revision. So if I go into my file browser, I can click and drag my image into my Dropbox there. And then if I just do Save Changes, we should have all 3 images here now. Okay. So that's how you would add your images there. We've added our section titles as well, and what we need to do next is have a look at how we, as a teacher, how we would upload our resources. So there's lots of resources that I have on my computer here, and the best way to upload these resources is by dragging and dropping them onto my course. So I've got 3 sections in the middle here. What I would do is go into my file browser, go into the folder which contains my files, and then I can just click and select multiple files by selecting the Shift or Control key. So I've got a video here, a PowerPoint document. So I'm just going to select some files, and one of them is an image. So I've selected 5 files there. I'm just going to drag and drop them into this course here. Into this section for lesson resources, and because Moodle's recognized that one of the files is an image, it's asking me what I want to do with this particular image. Do I want to add it to the course page as an embedded image, or do I want to create a file resource which is essentially just a link, and then when the student clicks on the link, it opens up the image in a new page. So for images, and if they're not that large, that big in size, then it's probably a good idea to embed them on the course page. So I'll just do that just so you can see. So that's our resources in our Moodle there. What we can do now is we can utilize the label resource to signpost our resources. So let's say these resources that I've uploaded relate to a certain topic. What I can do is I can click on add an activity or resource here, add a label, and then I can add a heading in here, and my resources that belong to this topic will reside underneath this heading that I'm adding here. So I'm just going to call it something like ecosystems. Okay. Underneath here, I'm just going to put a little paragraph of text. And I want to make the ecosystems text a heading by clicking on the toolbar here and making it a heading large. So it's a large heading there. And then all I'm going to do is do save and return to course. Okay, so underneath now our lesson resources, we can see we've added a label, and I can now move this label to the top. So it becomes a heading, and underneath this heading I have all my file resources. So all the file resources that I've uploaded, I can hide the files very easily by clicking on the edit menu. So each file here has a edit menu next to it. If I click on edit, I have the option to hide the file. So as a teacher, I can see the text is now gray. This file text is now gray, so that basically means that when students log in to my course, they won't be able to see that particular file. So you can go in and make it available on a certain date, that kind of thing. So I'll just put that back to show. You can also create a copy of a file as well. So sometimes you might have a really large video file or a media file which has taken 20 or 30 minutes to upload into Moodle. What you can do is, rather than uploading it again to reuse it in a different section, you can copy a file as well. So if you do edit and choose the duplicate option, Moodle will go away and create a copy of the file for you and make it available within the same topic. So it's just going to do that right now. Because I've chosen the video file, it's taking a little bit longer. So you can see now that we've got two instances of video file there, and I can rename the file here. So I can give it a more user-friendly name, and I can also click and drag this file into my other section. So I've just clicked and dragged it into my homework activities section, and I can also choose to drag and drop into any other section within my course. Okay, as well as moving these resources, you can also move topics up and down as well, and you can also edit topics to hide certain topics. So sometimes you might prepare a topic for a new term, that kind of thing. So you can hide an entire section and build a section as a teacher, but your students won't be able to see it unless you show that section to them. Okay, so that was uploading files into Moodle. The other thing I wanted to show you is the use of blocks as well. So sometimes you might want to utilize some of these Moodle blocks which come as standard with Moodle. So I've got editing enabled here, and I've got lots of blocks on the left hand side here. So I've got one called search forums. I don't have any forums on this Moodle course, so I don't really need this block. So all I'm going to do is click on the cog and then delete this search forums block here. Once you've deleted it, you can add it back into your course, so it's not permanently deleted. So if you go down to the bottom of the course, there is a add a block menu, and you can choose to add the block again. So the one that we added was search forums, so that's our option down here. You can add other blocks as well. So another block that you could add is comments. Comments is a little bit like a Facebook wall, basically. So your students, anyone who's enrolled on your course, will be able to add a comment into this course. So if I add something in here, you'll be able to see it just above there, so you can see who the comment's been added by. If you're a teacher of the course, you can delete any of these comments that have been added by your students, but students can only delete their own comments. Okay, so you can delete any of these blocks yourself. Another block, sometimes you might want to add some helpful links or something like that into your Moodle course. To do that, you would use the HTML block. So the HTML block is a little bit like the label, and activity in that you can add your own content, but rather than it appearing in your course section, it'll appear on the left hand side here. So I've added a new HTML block, and this is how it appears. But in order to add content, you have to click on the little cog on the corner and then configure the block. So once you click on configure, you can give the block a title. So I'm just going to call it useful links, and then in here I can type in links and then create a link to a certain website. So this will go to moodle.org, and I can also choose to open this link in a new window, which is a good thing to do because you don't want people to go away from Moodle. So if I click on that, create link, you can see now that's become a link. I can also add another one, so Google search, highlight the text again. I can link the text to the Google website. And then again, I'll choose open in a new window, create a link, and I can also add images in here as well. I can insert video or audio, that kind of thing. So there's lots of different tools that you can utilize. If you click on the first option here, that will show you some more options. So you can insert tables, central line text, lots of different options available within this editor. So if I just do save changes, you should be able to see that block within my course. So here we have the comments block, which we used a little bit earlier, and now we can see the useful links block, and we can drag and drop these blocks up and down our course. So if you want to make it a bit more prominent, you can add it to the top of your course page, so it's a lot easier to see. So yeah, all my links that will be useful for my students will appear at the top here. Okay, I think that's about it for today's demonstration. What we're going to be looking at next is how a teacher would create and mark homework using Moodle. So we'll be using the assignment activity in our next webinar, which will be delivered on Wednesday the 18th of May. Again, 3:30 is the time, so you will be sent a link with the Hangout session, so you can join the Hangout session. Yeah, if you do have time, feel free to join. If you don't have time, you can't make it, there will be a recording made available the day after, and you'll most likely receive that as a link in an email as well. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to say thanks for watching today's webinar. It's the first one, so hopefully these webinars will improve your knowledge and be helpful when it comes to using Moodle yourselves. Okay, thanks a lot again. If you do have any questions, feel free to email me. My email address is just in the middle there, and hopefully I'll see you next time.